What do you need to create a product? First, an idea of how it will look in the end. Then follows a long process of product creation that takes a lot of time, effort, a team of professionals, and a team leader. To transform any idea into a profitable product, a company has to go through several stages to set a vision, define a strategy, develop a product, and sell it to the right people. Today we'll check out everything about product management. But before starting the video, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon so you'll get notified when we upload the next video. 14. What is product management? Product management, though a critical role in product development teams, has not been a formalised position in digital companies for long and has adapted with the growth of agile product development methodologies over time. Today, product management is defined as a role within a product development team that focuses on successfully executing the product lifecycle. Typically, product managers are responsible for putting product management principles into action. This includes pitching and positioning new ideas for product and feature development, working with engineering and design teams to bring the product to life, ensuring that each product meets the needs of the target user or customer. This is a key differentiator between product management and project management, the latter of which is more focused on the actual organisation and resourcing for each initiative rather than setting the entire product vision. One great description of a product manager role is that the PM is like the executive chef of their product. They don't own the restaurant, just like they are not the CEO of the company they work for. That's more like a product owner. They are, however, responsible for the overall success of the business's products and outputs and shaping the vision of each feature that helps the business meet their goals and please their customers. 13. Why is product management important? Product managers play a key role in launching new products and experiences for users. They serve at the intersection of UX or user experience teams, engineering teams, and business leaders, and they provide the glue that holds the shared product vision across these groups together. Most importantly, product managers define what success is for each product, outline the product strategy, and illustrate how it will impact both the customer and the goals of the company they work for. Without this voice of a product owner, teams would have difficulty navigating the varied interests that exist across both large and small organisations. 12. Types of product management roles. While the core functions of a PM are essentially the same across all types of product management roles and product teams, there are some nuances that align with different titles and role descriptions. You will encounter titles that define different levels of experience in product management, such as Chief Product Officer, Product Owner, and Associate Product Manager. Some common types of specialised product management roles you'll see are 11. Growth Product Manager. A growth product manager is primarily focused on furthering a specific metric their company has set to measure the growth of their business. Typically, growth PMs work closely with product marketing and traditional marketing teams in order to ensure their initiatives are expanding their product reach. Most growth product managers run frequent short-term experiments to measure the success of their new feature or project and pivot to new initiatives quickly in order to meet the demands of the business. Everything from copy to pricing is on the table for testing, and they may help in defining go-to market strategies. Growth product managers would benefit from experience or education in digital marketing, psychology, or advertising. 10. Technical Product Manager. A background in engineering or development is almost always required for technical product management roles, as this type of PM works hand in hand with engineering teams to provide things like a product's core functionality or a company's tech stack, security, or other parts of their digital infrastructure. These PMs are less focused on the appearance of a product and instead are dedicated to ensuring that its inner workings are solid. Often, technical product managers are career changers who started out as engineers. 9. Data Product Manager. If you love working with numbers or were a math whiz in school, then a data product management role could be a great fit. Working with business analytics teams and data scientists, data PMs create use cases that organizations use to measure success for their new product and feature releases. Often they are responsible for ensuring that customer interactions are tracked properly across the product interface, so that other PMs or stakeholders can gain valuable insights into how users are navigating the product. A degree in mathematics, finance, or data science would be a great help to any aspiring data PM. 8. What is the product management process? There is no single right way to manage a product. Processes will evolve and adapt to the organisation, the product lifecycle stage, and product team members and executives' personal preferences. But the discipline has developed some consensus regarding best practices. So, while rigid adherence isn't required and there isn't the same level of zealotry as one might find when discussing Agile, the basic tenets are widely accepted. 7. Defining the problem. It all begins with identifying a high-value customer pain point. After that, people or organisations are trying to do something and they can't. Or if they can, it's expensive or time-consuming, or resource-intensive or inefficient, or just unpleasant. Whether it's moving a person or thing from point A to point B, finding the perfect gift, reaching the right audience, keeping people entertained, or some other objective, what's currently available isn't quite cutting it. People want something better, or something they don't have at all. Product management turns these abstract complaints, wants, and wishes into a problem statement looking for a solution. Solving that problem and easing that pain is the spark and motivation for everything that comes next. Without a clearly articulated goal that directly impacts that pain point, there's not much hope that the product will gain any real traction or staying power. 6. Quantifying the opportunity. There are many problems and pain points out there, but not all are worth solving. This is when product managers swap their customer-centric hats for a business one. To justify investment in building a new product or solution, product management must answer the following questions and be able to build a business case based on the answers they find. What is the total addressable market? Is the problem or pain severe enough people will actually consider alternative solutions? Are they willing to pay for an alternative solution? Or is there another way to monetize the solution? Once product management has evaluated the potential market, they can then set about trying to address it if there's a large enough opportunity. 5. Researching potential solutions. With a target in mind, product management can now fully investigate how they might solve customer problems and pain points. They should cast a large net of possible solutions and not rule anything out too quickly. For example, suppose the organisation already has some proprietary technology or IP or a particular area of expertise to give the company an advantage. In that case, those potential solutions will likely leverage that in some way. However, this does not mean that product managers should start drafting requirements and engaging the product development team just yet. They'll first want to validate those candidates with the target market, although it is prudent to bounce some of these ideas off the technical team to ensure they're at least feasible. Product management will often develop personas to see whether there's actual interest among those cohorts using any of the table's ideas. Skipping this step and jumping right into building something can be a fatal flaw or cause severe delays. While there are no guarantees, getting confirmation from potential customers that the idea is something they'll want, use and pay for is a critical gate in the overall process and achieving product market fit. 4. Building an MVP. After validating a particular solution's appeal and viability, it's now time to engage the product development team in earnest. First, the bare minimum set of functionality should be defined, and then the team can build a working version of the product that can be field tested with actual users. Many bells and whistles will intentionally be excluded from the minimum viable product, as the goal is to ensure the core functionality meets the market's needs. Nice to haves can wait for a later stage in the product lifecycle, since there's little point in expending additional resources on an unproven product. MVPs can test both how the product works and the overall messaging and positioning of the value proposition in conjunction with product marketing. The key is finding out whether this nascent product is something the market wants and if it adequately meets their core requirements. 3. Creating a feedback loop. While customers' feedback is essential throughout a product's life, there's no time more critical than during the MVP introduction. This is where the product management team can learn what customers really think, need and dislike, since they're reacting to an actual product experience and not just theoretical ideas tossed out in a conversation. Product management must make it easy for customers to provide feedback and create frequent prompts soliciting it. But just as importantly, they must process, synthesize and react to this feedback, turning this input into actionable ideas that make their way into the product roadmap or backlog. And not to be forgotten, product management must also establish a method for closing the loop with customers so they know their complaints and suggestions were heard and, when applicable, have been addressed. 2. Setting the strategy. Assuming the MVP is well received, it's time to really invest in a product strategy. The team now knows they're onto something that can get some traction, so goals and objectives must be established to improve the product, get it to market, expand its reach, and align with the overall company strategy and desired outcomes. The strategy should be based on reasonable incremental progress towards achievable goals, with key performance indicators and other metrics defined to evaluate success. These measurables should track with the organization's general objectives and complement what the company already does well, assuming it's not a startup still in its infancy. More than anything else, the strategy is where product management must secure stakeholder alignment and buy-in. If there's no solid, common understanding of this fundamental element of the product, then the groundwork is already being laid for future conflicts and disagreements. 1. Driving execution. With a viable product concept, a scalable feedback management system, and a sound strategy, it's time to get to work turning ideas into reality. This means prioritizing potential development items and plotting out the product roadmap. Product management can utilize various prioritization frameworks to decide which development activities will help the product meet its most important goals quickly and efficiently, queuing things up for near-term work. Of course, everything can't be first, so basing these decisions on which items have the greatest impact on critical objectives is key, including representatives from across the organization. With the initial priorities set, product management can then build out their product roadmap. This powerful tool enables stakeholders to easily visualize what's on the horizon and why it's relevant to the strategy, particularly if structured around themes and outcomes versus specific features and delivery dates. Do let us know in the comments if you've hired a product manager for your business or not. Thanks for watching.